You guys know that we reserve the Saturday night upload slot here for only the best packs or events in Minecraft Bedrock, and hopefully today is going to live up to that expectation. So with a massive thank you to Spark Universe, I'm able to give you an early access showcase of the brand new Realism Visuals resource pack, releasing to the Minecraft marketplace on November 18th and costing 490 minecoins, and the file I got takes up only 3 megabytes of space. Spark Universe say that Realism Visuals is the best shader for Minecraft Bedrock, with real lighting, water and block materials, as well as biome colors and realistic player animations, all fine-tuned for vanilla Minecraft to help us rediscover the beauty of Minecraft. This pack does not introduce custom textures. Instead, Realism Visuals is complementary to vanilla textures, honoring the original art style while bringing the realism players have imagined for years. Thank you once again to Spark Universe for the early access copy. I greatly appreciate that honor. And to be clear to everybody watching, I'm on a realm accessed on my PS5 Pro during one of the buggiest periods of Minecraft Bedrock's entire history. But hopefully, this is gonna be good. Alright, so we're in a new world then with the Realism Visuals pack, and like I said, I am on a realm, so just forgive me if there's any weird clunkiness here. But let's start by going over to the water, and we have to remind ourselves, so this pack is vanilla focused. It doesn't change any textures as far as I'm aware, which means I have to reset my brain here, because all of my experience in Minecraft pretty much looks at texture packs that change textures. This is more vanilla, and it's going to be quite difficult for me to pull on my vanilla knowledge, but I'll do my best. Let's start with the water then. Now, the first thing that's jumping out at me here is it's got really nice waves, but I don't like that. Is that the vanilla Minecraft water texture underneath the waves? I feel like that should be a one or the other type deal. I feel like it's a bit weird having it together, because you've got these static straight lines on the design here in the texture, but then you've got these awesome swirly waves. Do you know what I mean? It feels a little bit jarring in that sense, but like looking at it here where you can't focus on the lines, no, I'm seeing them. All I see is the gridded lines, to be fair. The waves are really nice. If you can, in your mind, remove the lines and just look at the waves do look really nice, but I would be quite pushful, you know, I'd push for them to get rid of the textures on this water and just keep the waves myself. We'll have a glance underneath the water just to have a look and see what we're dealing with here, but we will go to the ocean monument later and see that as well. Okay. Not too crazy going on here. Some difficult visibility like we get in all vibrant visual packs here. Some good water caustics in my opinion, at least, as well. I like the way they're moving. They're quite mesmerizing on here. But okay, and so it's key to remember then, vanilla vibrant visuals doesn't change a lot in terms of fluff, shall we say. Like a lot of texture packs, you go in, you get biome colors, you get different colored lighting and all sorts. Vanilla doesn't really do that too much. And I'll try and put a few examples on the screen as we go through a few biomes of like what vanilla looks like compared to what we're dealing with here. Like here in the jungle, it's not too much. There's not really much of a color change. Even when we're down low like here, there's not much of a color change to the light. Where's the sun? It's up there. Let's see if we can get the sun daytime. The sun is very important. So it's quite yellow. I think there's like not as much warmth to it. I mean, I consider warmth to be like reds and oranges, I guess. It feels like there isn't a ton of warmth to it. So it's kind of understated. The game's feeling very smooth though, which is weird for Minecraft Bedrock at the moment. I should say that. The game does feel very smooth. We can see how light bounces off of blocks. We can probably go into like a more treed area as well and see how we deal with like God rays and stuff like that, if any. Yeah, there's some there. There's some good stuff there. The light emanating down. That's nice. Okay. And then if we head over to here, I know there's a desert over here. Saw that a minute ago. Also got Is that like, no, that's still jungle, isn't it? That's more jungle. So we got the desert. Let's see the desert then. Now, deserts, I'm used to going into deserts in texture packs and seeing like bright yellow biomes. Like biome colors in the fog. Okay, so not particularly bright yellow. I've definitely got a warmth to the fog here. I wouldn't call it a bright yellow though. Okay, so something's definitely visibly changed. Are we mixing with the mesa? Or the Badlands, or whatever it's called? Are we mixing with that at this point? I don't know. There is definitely a tonal shift here, though. It's clean. It's very clean. This is a weird one for me, because it's not changing textures. Like, textures are very easy to see. Do you know what I mean? But this is more of like a lighting feel. I'm guessing it's like the sun coming down, the heat coming off the sun. Oh, look at that. We've got a red one over there as well. We've got a red biome. Okay. The heat coming down, making far distance a lot blurrier because of the heat. I'm guessing that's where we're going with this fog, which makes sense, says the guy from London with 3 days of hot summer. What if we come over here to the red sands area? How do we look here? So go over the river. We definitely had a tonal shift there, and then we come onto here, and then this is, okay, this is a lot more, maybe it's because of the red around, but it feels a lot more of a reddy browny color here. Okay. But I guess one thing it doesn't feel fake. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not like somebody's just gone and got a color from, you know, like Photoshop, the big paint bucket, and just tapped it on the background. There's shades to it. There's brightness to it. There's heat to it, I guess. Interesting. Okay. What about up here? This is more of an oak area, isn't it? Let's see what we've got going on here. So this keeps the biome colors. Interesting. Yeah, that orange. I mean, that orange looks nice though. Almost feels like I was gonna say like a tequila sunset. I don't know if that's a thing, but it feels like an exotic sunset. And the sun probably is setting somewhere. Actually, I don't actually know where the sun is. Oh no, the sun's right at noon. So okay. I like the heat that's emanating off this. That water, you can really see the caustics of the water from up here. Is that right? I suppose that's the reflection of the sun going straight down through the water and hitting the riverbed. Or the ocean seabed, whatever we're calling it. But I've never noticed that before. Okay. Fair dues. What if we then, let's quickly just set it to nighttime. Let's see how this looks. So we're not going to focus too much on mobs. They don't change anything, in all honesty. But we've got the sun just setting over there. That's a nice orange. Looking at the world here, very dark. We've got some purple over here from the moon. Whoa. Okay. That looks weird. That looks weird. Why is only half the moon lit? That might be a bug. If that's not a bug, I hope that gets changed, because I don't like that. Let's not focus on that too much. But again, I like the way that looks. So the waves are really good on the water, and it really does get taken away from by that water texture. But the way the light is hitting those waves just feels different. That feels really nice. I'll move my cursor out of the way so you can see it. And then looking around the world as well. I mean, you know what? For a vanilla pack, 490 mine tokens. I think it's all right. Like, it's obviously not my cup of tea in a sense that I like textures that change a lot. I do. That we all know that. Me and vanilla, we don't get on. But if you're going to go the vanilla route, it's definitely adding things that vanilla doesn't have. I'm trying to make sure that I'm remembering correctly as we go through here. Like, vanilla doesn't have as much biome changes. It doesn't have as much detail. The water's very different in vanilla vibrant visuals. This looks nice. I should also say as well, I don't know if Realism Visuals, the resource pack, is designed to replace Realism VFX, the add-on. I would assume that it is, considering Realism VFX is there to sort of fake vibrant visuals. But I hope it gets support for people who can't use vibrant visuals and is like tweaked and made to be even better and better for people who don't have access to vibrant visuals, like your Nintendo Switch players, like your lower end PCs. Not to say low end, but lower end PCs. But yeah, I mean, I feel like there's definitely a place for this. Let me say it back to daytime. There is always the one... Whoa, that was nice. There's always the one biome, though, that I do want to check out, and that's the cherry grove. So let's head there. Now, this is one of those examples of where, if I can say the word correctly, this is one of those examples of where I need to retrain my brain. You see, in other texture packs, a cherry grove gets massive amounts of pink biome colors. Here, and in vanilla, I don't think we're going to get that. Vanilla definitely doesn't have the pink backgrounds that you would get. If we look up here, I can't tell if my eyes are trying to make me believe that there's the slightest of pink tints to the world, but there's definitely no pink biome colors here. Now, personally, I would like pink biome colors, even if it's of the same type that the Mesa has. But I can understand if they're trying to keep it as vanilla as possible, and also trying to keep the pack size down and whatnot. I can understand why they haven't. It does trigger to me personally as a missed opportunity, but I get it. And again, at 490 mine tokens, we're not expecting massive world-changing things here. So yeah, that's interesting. We've also got some snowy area up here. Let's go and check this out while we're here. Obviously as well, the time of day does matter. So we can just get back here for a second and just have a little look. I keep forgetting the position of the sun really does matter. You can see as we're going around, the sun moves around the cherry. It's understated, it's subtle, all of those sort of things. I don't think your avid texture pack fan, your avid realism fan, I mean, we've got some ores here as well, not necessarily glowing. Your avid, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't think your avid vibrant visual texture pack fan who's looking for everything, you know, your height maps, your glows and stuff like that, is going to find this the most exciting. But I do think there's a space for it for sure. And then obviously in the snowy area, we do get like a whiter fog to give off that coldness. Obviously we've got a smaller area here to look at, but it is giving off that cold vibe. What about over here in the birch? What does the birch want to say to us? There's also a frozen or an icy tiger over here as well. Into the birch area. Okay, so look, we get like a more subtler, I want to say like a peachy yellow? I don't know. I don't do painting, to be fair. But okay. And then if we go back, time, day, some of the best visuals. Again, very subtle. Very subtle. There is maybe the chance that we might be a bit too high up. But I like the way it's hitting, the light is hitting the leaves on here. And then obviously we're stepping out of the birch and into a forest. Yeah, I think your vibrant visual texture pack aficionados probably isn't going to be rushing out to apply this. But your vanilla fans that don't want to change too much and potentially enhance certain areas, 100%. And at 490 mine tokens, I'd be enticed to give it a chance at least. I've bought some slosh for 490 and this is definitely not slosh. So there's always that. I like the way the water looks from afar. When you can't see that texture, once you see the texture though, it's gone. Like, it's not great. But like that looks nice. That looks really nice. Do we have a normal taiga biome around? Let's go and check. Okay, so we've got the taiga biome here, and immediately that looks nice. The way the light is hitting, the fog that's there, that looks nice even from afar. Let's get in here, see if we get any changes to biome colors and stuff. Not the most. I'm walking through with the sun. Again, we'll set it to daytime just to give it that overall feel. In fact, I think actually because of this mountain, we may need to... Is there another side of it that we can have a... Ooh, that felt good. Hang on a second. Just climbing up here. That looks nice. That looks really nice. The lighting does feel high quality lighting on here. And the way it's hitting the blocks as well. And then you got the fog there as well for the tiger. I think we just run through here. Just see how this looks. Just go through here. Maybe a little bit slower than running. But yeah, you've got those god rays in there. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I'm enjoying this. What if we was to set this to... That is a cloud in the way, isn't it? That's not the sun being bugged as well. No, that is the cloud. I mean, I say as well, I don't know if the moon is bugged, but there we go. Let's set it to noon. So now the sun directly above us. How are we playing in here if we're walking through? So a few less god rays, really. And it really is still giving you that vanilla feel. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think I stand by what I said, to be fair. I don't think this is going to be your texture pack aficionado's biggest fans, but somebody who wants to enhance that vanilla game, you know, make it Minecraft Plus, for instance, or Vibrant Visual Plus, I think they'll like this. And again, it's a really good price. I like $4.90. If we go into spectator mode, we can get underground. Let's have a look at, like, caves and stuff. Oh, okay, I thought that was going to be, like, a really weird light up there, but it's not. So... caving, even just here, it's not too bad. They haven't overly pushed any of the darknesses in the cave here. What if we get lower? Oh, we got a lush cave biome here as well. It's been a while since I've seen one of these. Let's get over here. This is a nice big area. So into here. All right, so we start to get and deal with some of the darker, shadowy areas here. But then the lush cave really does a lot to light it up. Then you've got the sunlight coming down here as well through the cracks in the world, which gives you, and that's interesting. That light there that we're looking at, which is coming direct from like sunlight and peering from the surface, definitely feels realer than the light coming off of the glow. I don't know what it is, but the glowberries feel more created light by the block than that, which feels more warmer and natural. Maybe someone else is seeing that too. I hope. Let me know down in the comments. I think I'm going to need vibrant vanilla players, vibrant visual vanilla players to come and let me know what you're thinking here. Oh, there's an ancient city here as well. We might as well look at this now. Why not? Have a little look. Again, yeah, it's not as dark as what you'd expect. Not as dark as what you'd expect. That's a good thing going for it, to be fair. A lot of people do think that vibrant visual darkness is a struggle. Okay, I see what they're going for in general. That's kind of nice. What we can do now, in fact, actually, let's see if we can find one. Is there a trial chamber around as well? And then that pretty much knocks out most of the structures and biomes that we would look at. Yes, there is. Here we go. So, what kind of PBR stuff are we dealing with? Ooh. It's a nice reflection off of the copper. Now, I'm going to hold my hands up here. I don't particularly know if that's a vanilla reflection off of the orange copper. Let me go into creative. But whatever it is, it looks nice. Do I have a creative shortcode? No, I don't. We're going to have to go game mode. Creative. Booyah, thank you. What happens if we do that? Not much. Do we get anything off of the green? So the weathered one doesn't have the reflection. I don't know how copper life works, but is that accurate with it being weathered? It's more kind of rusty or something, I guess. But that's nice. That is really nice. And it feels pixely, so it feels natural to Minecraft. That is nice. It's not overwhelming it. We're not talking about massive reflections, like near mirror-like reflections. But look, that right there, that's cool. On there as well, you can pretty much make out the copper bulb on that side there too. The heat coming off the copper bulb is nice as well. Okay. This is definitely going to have an audience. 100%. All right. I can't really know which sections we've looked at and where to go to next. So I'll let the title card say where we're going next. Do you need even more Dazman in your life? Well, I mean, who doesn't? Well, this isn't the only channel to find me. I have multiple channels, all doing different things. Aside from here on the Dazman channel, I also have the Dazman Reacts channel, where I react to pack combinations and even the odd Minecraft trailer, as well as having marketplace creator interviews, and I'm also building an actions and stuff compatibility list, so I post my findings in episodes there as well. Or maybe you want to see me play other games. Well, the best place for that is Dazman Plays, where I play multiple games at the same time. Or how about Dazman Football, where I play football games, or even Dazman Wrestling, where I hope to play more wrestling games in the future. And that's not it. I also have a website, dazman.gg, where you can find my entire texture pack review database, written reviews, written creator interviews, and it's the home of that actions and stuff compatibility list, and my official podcast. You can also see pack waiting lists and my weekly schedule. But if you want to support me, we also have the merch store at dazman.gg/merch and the Patreon account at patreon.com/thedazman, where you can support the individual channels or multiple channels at once. Or maybe you want to consider becoming a channel member here on YouTube by clicking join on this channel or the Dazman Reacts channel. There's got to be some version of the Dazman for you. So we're above the ocean monument here, and the sun is actually looking like it's going to set, and that is a really nice sparkle. The way the light is hitting that wave as well, that wave effect is so good, and I don't want to understate that. It's just such a shame it comes with the Minecraft vanilla texture as well, but the way it's catching, it's almost like the wave is hooking the light, and that looks really nice. I'm actually really impressed with that. I think that's so good. And if we was to spin around, you see the same effect happening here for the moon as well, where it's like the wave is slightly angled up and it catches the light, and then you've got the glisten and the sparkle. That's an amazing sparkle, by the way. Wow. Almost like diamonds. That's so good. And then if we just have a look, so let's get underwater then. I can't remember if we looked at daytime water. So what we'll do, let's just do it now. We're going to go daytime. If we was underwater during the day, we're going to let it catch up with us. Just see how it's going. There's a bright light there. I may need to come back under because of how I've done that. So the light there, and then have a look. Okay, so the light is blinding underwater here. So much so that I've actually kind of lost the ancient sea. But if you're swimming towards the light, yeah, good luck. Good luck. That is some strong lighting effects, man. Honestly, I remember when Realistic Biomes and Realism VFX and all sorts of other add-ons were doing this fake. So to see this, man, Realism VFX crawled so Realism Visuals could walk. I'm telling you right now. That is so nice. There we go. And obviously, the blocks don't particularly matter too much because they've not changed any. The entities, we've got a few little glistenings and glow-ups in areas, but not too much. If we was to drink a night vision potion now, no effect underwater during the day. We see that a lot. And then if we was to set this now to time night, we're going to go straight into night. Wow. Okay. Let's get up over here for a second. Now, we should be looking at the moon. We are looking at the moon. And you can see it with that blue light as well. That is a strong blue lighting effect. Oh, it looks good, though. It looks so good. It's like a supernova. You see the sea lanterns there as now it's starting to catch up with us. You see it? The darkness, the kelp. That is so good. Well, if we was to spin around so we're not looking at it, visibility is tough. Visibility is difficult right here. Okay. Potion of night vision. And that worked. Alright, so that lit us up a bit. That softens the light a little bit there as well. Okay. I'm good for that. Now, we're not going to bother heading to the armory in today's video because of how this texture pack doesn't really handle block textures. It's more about the lighting and the world, really. Yes, there are some changes to block materials and stuff like that, but it's not the key point. This is about how the world visualizes vibrant visuals and how it brings it to life. So we're going to be looking at what kind of changes we've got here. So this is a basalt delta to begin with. I believe this is quite vanilla in feel, to be fair. Which is fine, you know, it's not the end of the world to have it like that. It's not much of a drastic change. Maybe a slightly more purple fog, I guess. But fair dues. And then if we head over this way, okay, so we come into like more of a lava field / netherracky area. Okay, that's a softer orangey, flamey fog on here. Feel like it's a bit more darker red normally. And speaking of darker red, we're going to head into a crimson biome now. And in the crimson biome, that orange, or maybe that orange actually comes from the crimson biome, actually. Okay. I mean, it's quite hot, isn't it? I mean, wow, okay, yeah, see you later, buddy. You weren't probably supposed to do that. I am going to hold my hands up and say I'm not the most experienced when it comes to vanilla, vibrant visual nevers, but this definitely feels more orange than I was expecting. And obviously we've got the glistening of the flecks in the flame. Okay. What about, I mean, it's definitely bright though. We have no elements of darkness here in this nether. You know, the vibrant visual nether usually makes it very dark. And I have to say that wasn't the case there. What about if we fly through here? Very hot, isn't it? Very, very orange, very bright orange in feel. Okay. And then what if we was to go and find ourselves... Oh, there's one here. What if we find this warped biome? Here we go. How's this going to look with the transition of colors? Oh, okay. Quite purple. Not the biggest amount of changes to vanilla, really. Interesting. Is there something different to how the lighting is hitting, maybe? I don't know. Doesn't feel the biggest drastic of changes, but okay, so that's the Nether then. Why don't we head into the end and see what the end looks like? And into the end we go then. Let's see how this looks. Oh, okay. Now this is a big change. So we've got the purple of the end, and then you've got that spark of light as well, which is just amazing. I'm a big fan of a smooth purple end biome here. This is very nice. This is how easy it is to make me smile right here. Okay, the Nether was slightly darker in places, but it was quite negligible. Here, oh, yes. Okay, I'm here for that. That looks really, really nice. And then if we was to go 10,000 blocks then, how are we going to look? Here. So, where do we want to go around here? Let's get it to spawn in a little bit. Ah, that's exactly where I want to go. Okay. That purple background is doing a lot. A lot. Yeah, that purple background, I really... Ooh, and then the light pops as well. Massive fan of that light. Yes. And I think the purple background does a lot to carry it. So overall, what am I saying for this texture pack then? Well, it's a weird one because of how vanilla it is. So I don't think it's going to be something that not real, but like massive texture pack aficionados are going to be enjoying. I think people who like drastic changes aren't really going to go straight for this. But it will kind of give you a choice to go into it, being only 490 mine tokens. But I do think people who like that vanilla experience, who want a slightly smoother, slightly more colorful, and almost like a love letter to vanilla vibrant visuals and vanilla Minecraft, this could be really, really good. So in terms of a rating, I feel a bit weird rating this pack. I'm going to give it a 7. And, you know, that's partly due to my bias against vanilla, but also in respect of what it does really, really well. I do think there's some areas that I think the biomes could probably pop a little bit better, like a cherry grove, for instance. And maybe there's more to uncover with the blocks and the materials and stuff. But we did see some really good stuff in the trial chamber, for instance. But between Minecraft's bugging and just the overall feel of the pack, I didn't want to go to the armory. I can't really get the armory to work thanks to Minecraft. So hopefully you'll forgive me. And when it's released, maybe I can revisit the armory with this pack and just show off all of the blocks at day and night. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see that. Thank you once again to Spark Universe for giving me early access to showcase this. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope all of you have enjoyed the video as well. Please do drop a comment. Please do leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button as well. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Peace!